Good morning, it's Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself, and today I want to talk about full acceptance of yourself. So being able to fully love and accept yourself is the opposite of feeling shame. Okay, so those of us who feel deep shame and those of us who completely love and accept ourselves are on two different spectrums. So you may feel like you love yourself and you accept yourself, but if you feel shame, right? If you feel shame, then you're tying your worth, your value here in this world, the value that you have you're tying it to being fixed, to being healed, to overcoming the challenges, to changing whatever it is that you need to change about yourself, to healing whatever it is that's unhealed. We link our value in this world to changing everything that hurts within us, right? To being better, to changing, to being different, to healing it, to being more perfect, to appearing more perfect, to being the best version that we can be of ourselves. And if we don't measure up, then we feel that our value is less. And when we feel that our value is less, we do not have unconditional love and acceptance for ourselves. So take this in for a minute. I want you to take this in. Really take this in. A person who is healed is no more valuable than a person who is unhealed. Truly, a person who is healthy is no more valuable than a person who is sick. A person who is successful is no more valuable than a failure, than someone who has failed, right? A person who has money or success is no more valuable than a person who's broke, right? A person who is whole and complete and whole and totally healed and everything feels good in them is no more valuable and no more lovable, no more valuable as a person than someone who is broken in every way. I want you to hear this. You are valuable. You are valuable. You are no less valuable than someone who is healed, someone who is whole, someone who's fixed, someone who has healed what needs to be healed in their life. One of the best things that you can do is change this belief, right? That when you're healed, you will be valuable. You will be enough when you're better. This is the first and only and most fundamental thing that you need to do, okay? Because if you're always thinking, I'll be okay when, I'll be good enough when, I'll be valuable when I heal, when I'm better, when I'm fixed, when I've accomplished this, whatever it is, then we're never okay in the present moment. We always have this feeling of restlessness or emptiness or loneliness or anxieties, right? Fear, this feeling that we need to do and become something more than we are in order to be accepted and loved by ourselves, others, and the universe. And this is not true. This is hurting you. This is a belief that is hurting you. So if you're constantly in this state of, I have to do more, I have to be better, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to fix this, I have to heal this, I have to develop myself better, whatever, I have to accomplish this. We're always in a state of, we're never good enough, right? We always have to do something more, and that puts us in a state of complete non-acceptance at every moment of our life when we feel this, but I have to, this urge that we need to move, to be, to change, right? To be better. We're always in this state of non-acceptance. And when we're in a deep, deep state of non-acceptance, we're wounded. We are injured, right? That's really the problem here. when we live our life from a wounded and injured state, this is what needs to be healed. The belief that we're not good enough just as we are, that we're not valuable or accepted, right? That we have to do something more in order to hold our heads up high, in order to be seen by the world, in order to be welcomed, in order to be accepted, in order to feel love. And so one of the best things that we can do is love ourselves, right? This is really about self-love and self-acceptance. You will never be perfect, okay? You will never be the most successful. You will never be the most, healthiest. And I know you're setting your sights that you want to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And everybody does. And that's okay. It's okay to want to be better. It's okay to want to be healed. It's okay to want to be more than you are. The problem is that when we don't love ourselves where we are, when we don't accept ourselves where we are, and when we carry shame, feeling like we're not okay in this world unless we change, right? Unless we heal, unless we become more, then it doesn't add. It's not like icing on top of the cake to be a better version of yourself. It's not an enjoyable thing. It's like a grasping, it's like a grasping for approval, a grasping for acceptance, a grasping for love. And we need to be okay with accepting ourselves first, loving ourselves first, right? Approving of ourselves just as we are. And then whatever better version of ourselves we become adds to our life. It adds to our life, right? You love yourself first, you're happy with yourself first, and then everything more that you accomplish adds to it. It adds to your happiness. It adds to that feeling of pride that you have, but it doesn't add to the value that you have in this world. You are valuable whether you are totally broken or you are totally whole. You are valuable just for being here on this earth. And this is something that you have to work on every day. Give yourself the gift of self-love, of self-acceptance, of realizing that you are valuable no matter what. Everybody in this world has value to offer to the world. It's their own unique soul, right? Nobody else can be you. Nobody else has your thoughts. Nobody else has your heart. Nobody else is you. So therefore you are valuable just because you're you. Nobody else can do that job. Nobody else can be that person. Nobody else can learn the lessons that you are going to learn and love the people that you are going to love and think the thoughts that you are going to think. This is all valuable. You are valuable, right? So yes, we can strive for self-improvement. We can strive to be more than we are and to be better than we are. But when we put I will love myself, people will like me, people will accept me when I reach this, when we say it's out there and we carry shame with us as we live, we're never going to be more, right? We can't be more. We can't add to it when we start with a feeling of shame, of embarrassment, of, shut down, of this smallness, right? You can never be big when you start, when you're small. You are already so big, and so magnificent, and so beautiful, and perfect. And when we let go of the shame, right, that I don't want anybody to see me like this, to see me down, to see me out, to see me in pain, to see me suffer, to see me confused, to see me scared, to see me grief-stricken, to see me, that is part of you, and there's no shame in that. And when we fully accept that we're valuable and we're magnificent just as we are, that we have so much worth as we are, just for being here in this lifetime, when we really believe that, then we can start to heal, then we can start to grow. And healing and growing and becoming more and striving is not to make ourselves a better person, right? It's not to be a better human so that people can accept us and like us and we'll become more. No, it's just to be closer in alignment to who we are, to who we really are on this earth and who we really want to be. It gets us closer healing and personal growth and development and, goals and reaching goals and successes and all of this stuff is just a way that we can be more in line with who we are and feel more joy and happiness and more vibrance and more aliveness, right? But it doesn't change our value. It doesn't change our value at all. So we need to start with self-love, self-worth, being proud of ourselves when we're down and being proud of ourselves when we're up. Listen, everybody loves a comeback story. Everybody loves a comeback story. But everybody loves the underdog too, right? You have value as both, as the underdog and as the victorious one, right? You don't have to attain the success in order to love yourself, in order to accept yourself, or be loved or accepted by others or the universe. And if people don't accept you for who you are, they're not the people, right? They're not the people. The people who are the people who love you, are the ones who are going to accept you the way you are. So be you, love you. Don't be afraid to hold your head up and look other people in the eye, even as you are, right? The wound is the wound that we carry of the shame. That's the wound, right? When we can let go of the shame and meet people's eyes and say, I'm good enough inside, and feel like you're worthy and you're enough and you're valuable and you're accepted and you love yourself, and it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter. It matters how you feel. Then, once you love yourself, then and only then can you start to move forward and start to make some changes. But you have to put yourself first in the vibration of self-love in order to move your life forward to even more self-love and more self-actualization, because we can't move from a wounded spirit, right? So I hope this video has been helpful. You're valuable, you're loved, you're accepted just as you are. It's your turn to believe it about yourself.